Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. How did we do on yesterday's run overall? That was the good lost run. This is today's run, that's yesterday's run. Could have been better, but overall, I'm pleased that we ended up within the top 1,000 despite not winning anyway. On today's daily, 20,000 from Bear has put him in a really good position. 20,000 is like getting down to the mom fight, maybe winning the first floor fights. Judas, Book of Belial. So just don't get hit. The last time we had a Judas run, I just ate shit super early. So I've learned something. Let's try not to fuck it up completely. We're only going to mom today, so this is an easy daily as far as completion goes, as long as we get some HP. At least that's the way it looks to me as, you know, an outsider right now. Key bomb. Dangerous. Because this run is so short, we know we're not going to be going to the chest. I think I'm going to try to give Key Bum all of my non-essential keys. Even though they give us points, you know, even though blah blah blah. It will lower our score, but if he pays out with consumables that are more valuable to us, it's basically like, you know, we're trading in our keys that we don't care about, or might not need at least, for consumables that may be more valuable for us. So I think it could be valuable. I don't have a key to get into the shop right now. If I get a key, I would love to get a Spirit Heart before the next floor, but in the meantime, we'll just try this on for size. It's a pin fight. Should not die against pin. As soon as I saw those scores, not that too many people have done the daily today, but on my friends list at least, but as soon as I saw those scores, I was like, we're probably not fighting a super difficult boss on the first floor. Otherwise, we wouldn't be looking at a lot of completions. We'd be looking at a couple of deaths possibly. Not because they're bad players, just because it's a lot harder. You know, when you fight the Haunt on the first floor, it can mess your shit up. We can't die on this room as long as we can pick up the Black Heart. And we got a golden key, which the key beggar won't pick up. Do I want to use the golden key to go to the shop? Why not, right? Like, we don't have any other keys that we can even hold on to. We might want to use the golden key to go to the shop and buy a key, honestly. Especially because there's no Spirit Heart for sale. Let's buy this key, and then we'll be able to use a key that drops on the next floor in order to give it to the key beggar. I don't know what the key beggar actually gets for picking up the keys. Probably a chance to drop some kind of like chest or, you know, consumable, or maybe even an item pedestal or something. I actually don't know. So, this is probably relatively obvious, but ooh, technology or thunder thighs. I'm gonna go technology here, but that's a choice that will have some, you know, repercussions over the course of the run. Luckily, it doesn't have repercussions right there, because I would love to get Gemini as well. But this is a run where getting to boss rush is going to be extremely important. There's a situation where Thunder Thighs would have helped us. I really am wary. Not only do I like technology, that was the pivotal. That was terrible damage on my part. That was the pivotal thing for me is, you know, I like technology as an item, especially with some of the awesome synergies we can get with it. But I don't want to take a speed downgrade without having previously gotten a speed upgrade, because I think that's going to cause us to take more damage. And I understand that that's a little rich coming from the guy who just took some, like, really, really horrible damage, but it, you know, the logic, I think, stands to a certain extent. I do want to go into our shop. Man, there's no Spirit Heart for sale. Okay, well, I mean, buying the stopwatch, I kind of feel like because it's a daily, all bets are off, so if we can buy the stopwatch and give ourselves a chance of getting a higher score as a result, that's awesome. But we're probably not going to be able to afford the stopwatch. We are very close to being able to afford the stopwatch. If we get Pageant Boy, we'll have a chance. Otherwise, I don't know. But let's fight our boss first. It's Larry Jr. with technology in the conservatory. That's a pretty good situation for us to be in with technology, as you can probably guess. We get Pacifier. We get an extra Spirit Heart as well. Probably we want to take both of these. Like extra damage, obviously, and then an ability to fly. Why wouldn't we, right? Oh, if they had just paid out. So we want this first, then this. We head down. We can fly now, which means we can pick up Gemini. And it also means we can fight in our mob trap room. And I wouldn't be what am I doing there? I wouldn't be surprised if being able to fight in here gives us enough money to buy the stopwatch. Nope. Well, okay, it teleports us into our deal with the devil. and then gives us a bomb, which makes me extremely thankful that we didn't have Thunder Thighs, because I might have been unable to get out of the way of that. And possibly that one as well. So the technology pickup has been worth its weight in gold on this floor. That might not sustain itself forever, because we are, you know, possibly going to get things that are going to give us speed upgrades in the future. But for now, we fought like 5 Larry Juniors, and I'm like, this is pretty sweet. Who do we blow up, or what do we blow up in order to get the money necessary to buy the stopwatch? Again, it's not necessary, but it would be nice. I think the best chance we have is blowing up the statue in the middle. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It didn't work. That's okay. Again, we will buy 1 key, and we will head down to the next floor. We're going more slowly than I'd like to, but at the same time, this is all about... I mean, lowering the damage penalty is going to be extremely important, I think, because of the fact that there's not going to be too much between people on the leaderboards here, based on the fact that it looks like a very easy daily to complete, quote-unquote. Anyway. But it's also going to be about boss rush. Now, as Judas, it's not too tough to get to boss rush, even if your damage doesn't, like, notably improve. But boss rush is going to be big on this one. Assuming we can make... Yeah, please take that. That's fine by me. Assuming we can make boss rush work and survive, I feel like we got a chance to rank pretty well. This is one where, like, yesterday's daily had a really high skill floor. It was tough to live very long. I mean, it is Lost Holy Mantle. It's not like as soon as you get hit once, you're done. But at the same time, that's still, like, it's tougher than this run right here. This one is more of like a, you know, this is your everyman daily. Please don't take that as me being snobby about it, but this is more like high score matters. Ooh, wow. The yesterday's daily was more like progress matters, if that makes sense. This one's a little bit more maybe like score min-maxy, so I really want to minimize my damage as much as possible. That's funny. I really want to minimize my damage as much as possible, because if everybody's doing boss rush, being able to skim an extra 1,000 or 2,000 points that are completely preventable from losing would be very valuable for me, you know? I want to get the lowest damage bonus possible. Lowest damage penalty possible, I guess I should say. Let's open one of these, and that's worked out nicely. Let's open the other one. That's worked out fine. Nicely? No, not really, but fine. And now with 2 keys, I could go to the mob trap room. That is an option. I don't think it's a good option, but it's an option. Instead, we'll go to our item room and possibly our shop if we can get the money for it. You know, map, compass, so many other items in the shop can be very valuable for us. That's anemia, which is pretty terrible, or anemic, which is pretty terrible, but I'll take it anyway because it's not, you know, it's not offensively bad. Got some bombs. I realize I'm not being very nice to Keybeggar right now. That's okay, though. He'll have his chance, potentially, eventually. The Hollow, another boss that makes me feel glad we took technology. Not that it would be hard to begin with, but maybe I'm missing out on the black market or crawl space that I would have gotten if I didn't take technology. Mr. Dolly basically at max HP, and this is where I'm like, okay, boss rush is inevitable. We're 2 minutes ahead of schedule. It's a super, like, short run here. That shouldn't be a contest. What may end up being a contest is damage, so I'm just going to continue to try to harp on that. Hey, Master of Lockpicking. All golden chests are now free. Free to open, at least. Which means that we can give more keys to the Keybeggar, probably. Relax. That's a weird one for now. This is, so far, it's been a very, very easy daily. I appreciate that they gave us a choice in the... Oh, that's excellent, too. I appreciate that they gave us a choice in the, in that one item room, because that might have a little bit of a, like a butterfly effect here, and cause some differences between the dailies. And as much as I like the fact that the dailies are the same for people, you know, I also like that a certain element of choice can allow them to have some differences depending on what the player themselves chooses to do. That was damage I should not have taken, which is fairly obvious. See what we get here. High damage, hopefully. Deal with the devil. Range upgrade. No deal with the devil. This is like, don't take this the wrong way. This is what I would expect, like, if there was a demo of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth on Steam. This kind of run right here is what I would expect it to be. It's like, okay, there's no deals with the devil, really. You got some item rooms that give you some choices between some kind of, like, half cool items, but not really like the ones that you can be super excited about. You know, there's no Mom's Knife Epic Fetus yet, but you know, this is like the free trial of the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth right here. Nothing wrong with it. It's still, you know, you have to have the kind of like blasé runs in order to appreciate the ones that are truly incredible. But still, I am a little bit like, where's the hook on this one? We don't need Sharp Plug. We could just head down to the next floor, but I do think it's in our best interest to explore as much as is possible here. And in doing so, we will be able to pick up a nickel, probably. No, 2 pennies? The one with the coins in his eyes tricked me a little bit. I still wonder if there's almost like a little bit of a like placebo effect or something going on there, where I'm like, you know, if I see the coins in their eyes, definitely blow them up. And then if they don't pay out with the coin, I'm just like, oh. If they do, I'm like, see? 100% guaranteed. Works every time. I should give that to Keybagger. That's my bad. Old habits die hard, you know? What can I say? I guess I'd hope for growth hormones here. There's a couple of half-decent things we can get, but hopefully this doesn't count as my damage penalty. Come on, dog. We don't have to go through this, like, the whole time, do we? I am at full HP, so, like, I'm not too pissed about it, but you're taking some liberties here with my health. Amnesia. Sucks. Perks. Doesn't matter on this room. Health up. Extremely good. Are you serious? Infested. Old bandage? Old bandage did not pay out, so now I'm like, shit. What do we do? Addicted. Blow these guys up, try to get some red hearts. Didn't get any red hearts. Keybagger stole my key and paid out with a damage upgrade because he's the world's greatest. I'm gonna start paying non-red hearts to do this. Apparently each one is a full spirit heart. I'm not a huge fan of that right now. Luck down. I'll do another one, I don't care. That time it took a half red heart that is, I don't understand. Okay, we got experimental treatment out of it. Well worth it. He jokes, but deep down on the inside he hurts. He hurts a lot. That was something that on most runs I probably wouldn't do, but I did it on this run just because, you know, it's a daily, let's get weird, let's do some shit that other people probably aren't gonna do. The Steven pickup is good. Experimental treatment I don't think has been bad. Like, it looks like our rate of fire is up. Our HP did go up. Even if our damage went down, it doesn't matter that much because we picked up Steven right after. So the worst case scenario is we probably, like, broke even there. Actually, the worst thing about this is the fucking amnesia pill. And now I'm like, where the hell do we even go? I should have picked up that red heart, but life goes on. Probably up my damage penalty a lot there, which may end up being, like, the defining element of this run, but this one's, you know, this is a training wheels daily right now. Now I am looking down on it. I don't mean to, but, you know, let's put it this way. I'm not throwing shade on it. You can criticize something. Kids these days, you can't criticize anything without throwing shade at it. I'm not throwing shade at it. I have respect for the game. I have respect for the sanctity of the daily. This is not my favorite kind of daily. You know, if you say you don't like pineapple, you're not throwing shade at pineapple. It's just a, you know, neurochemical interaction between your taste buds and the chemicals and enzymes in the pineapple itself. You know, the flavor profile of the acids and the juices and the whatnots. You can tell I know what I'm talking about. But this is not my favorite kind of daily. I like yesterday's daily a lot. I appreciate the mix, let's put it that way. Luck down, man. Not cool. Well, I'm keeping the devil card for reasons that I assume are probably relatively obvious. Mystery sack is okay. Red candle's good. I'll buy a spirit heart. I could use one potentially. We'll get 2 bombs for 5 cents and then leave. I was hoping it would be a Joker card or something, but no big deal. Like, sincerely, because we're definitely going to get a deal with the devil on this floor anyway, unless something terrible goes wrong. And we're almost certainly going to want this devil card in order to use on our... Wow, that was fast. In order to use on our boss rush anyway. Like, a devil card for boss rush, if your run is not going the distance, like it's not going all the way down to the chest, what do we care, right? Just focus on boss rush. That's where literally, like, 20% or 25% maybe of our points are going to come from. So we have to put some priority on that instead of just, you know, one extra deal with the devil. I will go back for that. Sometimes I forget to put myself overlapping with the consumables that would allow me to have the best chance possible for success, and I have to walk backwards, but that's okay. This guy's almost dead. A little bit of a harrowing boss fight when it comes to just not getting hit once, but he will become Dingle right now, and then this Dingle has like no HP. Okay. Sweet, a deal with the devil. Yes, we will take our HP first. We will take Contract from Below, even though I don't think it's maybe that valuable right now. And because we're 3.5 minutes ahead of schedule, well, 3 minutes ahead of schedule, we'll just do a little bit more exploring, and that is the end of our exploring. Might want to look for a secret room, which could be here. Oh no, we've already seen it, so that was just a waste. I mean, second secret room, maybe. We'll try. And actually, this is one of my favorite second secret rooms, and I am an idiot because immediately I have set us up for a disaster here. I also took damage, which is just embarrassing, but... Okay, get closer. That's close enough. That's close enough! Okay, well, it was worth it, actually. And let's head downwards. We got an HP upgrade for that, so even though we got hurt, at least we got the HP up. On a points bonus, it doesn't matter, but... Or a point standpoint, it doesn't matter, but... From a survival standpoint, or a fun standpoint, it may matter. Head of the Keeper at least is going to give us more coins. This is the first item we've picked up. I don't know if it gives us more damage, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gives us a little bonus. It's the first item I've picked up on this run where I've been like, now I wish we didn't take technology. Mind you, piercing shots, extremely high rate of fire, you know, that's been great for us. As much as I would love to maybe... have the sweet visual effect of the coins, I am also completely fine with what we've got going on here. Making back some points with this, I definitely should have let him take that. I'm just so, like, why would I ever give you keys? Multi-dimensional baby may not do anything for us. Now I'm like, okay, Thunder Thighs would have been cool. We would have actually gotten some value out of it now. I don't know if it affects us, you know, with technology. I think it may, though, because it seems like we're getting, like, 2 lasers sometimes. What do you... Can we do boss rush, like, multiple times with this? Have I broken the game? Is this our chance for victory? If that's the case, well, we want to do these as fast as possible. I'm gonna try, okay? And I'm not necessarily suggesting that this is a good idea, but I want to see how this affects our points. Because this might be one seam that we can open up. I'm assuming we're not just gonna get, like, infinite points from boss rush. But if we could do boss rush twice and get points for it both times, that's pretty big. I got hit way more than I should have there, by the way. We might as well take the Polaroid, because it doesn't matter. Come in here. Probably take the homing bombs, I guess. And then fight for your right to party. It's not going to be the fastest boss rush we've ever been a part of, but it shouldn't be too bad. You know, we're not doing insignificant damage, especially with this devil card. So what's our goal here? It might seem a little bit nebulous right now. Well, basically, I'm going to take an item. I'm going to teleport out. And I'm going to see how teleporting affects our time spent on the run. Not teleport out, really. I'm going to turn back time, you know, share style. And we're going to see how this affects our score. It's probably not going to work out the way that it does in my brain right now, where I'm like, oh, we'll just use this to do boss rush twice and get double points. But maybe score persists outside of the timeline. In which case, could we not just basically just go fight every single room we've not done so far, and then whenever we get a charge, teleport back into that room, get more consumables, etc., etc. I'm not suggesting that necessarily the glowing hourglass is going to break the game, but I am suggesting that there might be a chance for glowing hourglass to break the game. To break the daily specifically, but we'll see. Now, of course, in order for this to actually work out in the way that I want it to, we're going to need to be able to get back into the boss rush, which means that we'll need to finish this room within the next 2.5 minutes or something. Which may not actually be plausible. I don't know. I mean, it's going pretty well so far, but I could see that changing. We're killing bosses, you know, probably like 20 seconds each. There's the guy I'm looking for. Which is not bad, but it's also not necessarily incredible. Trying to get a little bit more frequency of actually getting like multi-dimensional baby in the way. Because it definitely seems like multi-dimensional baby is amplifying our damage. Unfortunately, sometimes you just have to dodge, but I mean, you can see the value of multi-dimensional baby right there. Sometimes, unfortunately, an enemy's going to jump right on top of us, and that's going to make things tough. Just hold out, hold out. I'm starting to think we're probably not going to make it in 20 minutes. And that's one of those things that's really unfortunate, because it's like, well, if we'd kept Book of Belial, we would have been able to do it. But if we'd kept Book of Belial, we wouldn't have been able to take Glowing Hourglass in the first place. So, you know, that's its own can of worms. Okay. No, no, no. We didn't want to give you a chance to jump there. I can't believe I didn't get hit there. Throw down a homing bomb, maybe. Finish this one off. Kill the gates. Make sure multi-dimensional baby's getting in there. We've got... What the heck? Where did that creep come from? That's my own creep. I'm confused. We got about a minute to finish this off. I don't know. It seems unlikely, but perhaps theoretically possible. Is one enemy dead already? That was the worst place I've ever stood. I was like, no, I'll do it like this so multi-dimensional baby will be fine. Multi-dimensional baby was not fine, and neither was I. Well, unless this is the last wave, I think my plan is kind of falling a little bit here. Mostly because Little Gish refuses to stop jumping. Yeah, this will do it right here. I'm pretty sure our final wave is not going to be Steven and Dingle. As much as I would love that to happen, I think we've taken a little bit of a gamble on this one, and it hasn't worked out. Unless now there's like a narrower possibility. So there was like the one possibility that I thought might work for us. Now I'm like, well, obviously that didn't work. We're not going to get out of this in 20 minutes. What may end up happening, though, and it's kind of a big maybe, is maybe we can turn back time. So when we use the Glowing Hourglass, our timer will go back, but our points for doing Boss Rush will stay. Which would mean that we could continue doing Boss Rush for every single iteration of Boss Rush for which we could do it in under like 3 minutes. Or not under 3 minutes, but under the amount of time required to... No, as long as we could keep ourselves alive, we could do it. I don't know, man. I'm grasping at straws here, but... you could understand why, because it would be really funny if we managed to break a relatively mundane daily into something more wide open. I had the hitbox in those fucking eyes, man. Every time. It gets me. Let's kill this guy. Pick up this, because then we'll get an extra charge every single room. Wow, we were like not even close to doing this in under 20 minutes. That is for darn sure. Stain! So annoying. Okay, well, pin is very easy. Keep in mind, we did use a devil card here. So our damage, you know, it might not look that incredible, but it's much better than it could have been. I wanted to stay in there, and it actually ended up working out nicely for us, which is good. Okay, we're done. We take the rosary. We got our points. Thank you for not being a telepills. We turn back time. We're 15 minutes. We've lost our points. We have our devil card. We come back in. We get the quarter. So we didn't get to keep our points. So what's the difference? The difference is that now I get a chance of doing this while taking less damage. So admittedly, I basically did just waste 4 minutes. And you know what? I'm not pleased about it. But what I am pleased with is my commitment to the idea of knowledge. My commitment to the pursuit of academic integrity. I had a theory. I applied it to see if we could be our own pioneers in the vein of breaking the game. And it has not worked out well for us. And I'm undoubtedly disappointed that my null hypothesis was proven true and my bit more grandiose hypothesis was proven false. However, we do these things not because it is easy, but because it is hard. So we are, we're just gonna do boss rush again, basically. There's nothing more to it than that. That's okay. I don't mind. I don't even remember fighting Mega Fatty last time, but surely it did indeed happen. Because the waves thus far have been exactly the same. There we go. Multidimensional Baby is doing good work, man. That was just the worst dodging. We might not take less damage, we might take more. We might take less, I don't know. It really, like, is largely irrelevant. You know what we do have is a pretty much a good indicator of how long we're going to be on boss rush, based on the time at which we completed it last time, which was like 21 minutes, so like 22 minutes maybe. So all we need to do is be like, okay, well, at most we got another 2 minutes of boss rush left, and we'll get some practice doing boss rush twice. How much is that worth? It's pretty much nil, would be my guess, but there's some value in it potentially. It's good that it doesn't work the way that I thought it worked, because that would be broken as hell, but at the same time it would be really cool, but it'd be broken as hell. It'd be the combination cool as shit and broke as hell, basically. Stay back. Okay, we actually managed to kill the Gertie Jr. in there somewhere. I think, wow, that was like a carbon copy of what happened last time. I think we're actually going a little faster than the last time. If I may toot my own horn just a little bit. May have taken more damage as well, but we might be slightly speedier. We'll just keep doing this like, you know, Groundhog Day style until we have the best run we've ever had. We beat boss rush in 15 seconds and we get an extra 10 points. Wow, I am an idiot, but I was like, that's Monstro 2. Monstro 2 doesn't shoot very fast, so we'll be fine. Wouldn't recommend my strategy there. So I don't even know what this daily is going to look like as far as score goes, but whatever. We did our best, I would agree. At the same time, I think score-wise, I don't think our run's going to be very impressive. But, you know, we played our game. To put it in, like, the sports parlance, we played our game. And you know what? Our game was fun. Our game involved being a little bit ostentatious when it came to our Demon Judgment plays. And, you know, we took technology and it didn't end up biting us in the ass. We had a good time with it. I don't mean to brag, but we are like 15 seconds ahead of our last best time. I've been hit 13 more times, which is doubtlessly more punishing, but it's better for our time leaderboard score, I guess. Good. I really wanted to kill him faster than that, but that's okay. We might only have like 2 more waves. It depends what the waves are. I remember these guys. And then there's a wave with the frail. I don't remember when that shows up, but, you know, we're getting a little bit better at it time after time. This is the wave with the frail, I guess. This is just pin. Did we already fight the frail on this one? I remember the stain. The stain hit us like 3 times. Well, now we got hit by pin instead, so fair trade, I guess. This, no, Little Steven. Yes, I do remember this. I also remember Little Horn dying like immediately on our last run, so we're behind the 8 ball there. No, we're done. All right, well, that'll do it for today's daily. It was a strange one. What's our score? 18,000? Yeah, that seems right. I think Bear beat us as a result of that. And you know what? More power to him. He found a seam that I didn't find, as did a Luke. Looks like there's kind of like an upper maximum to this one for sure. But thanks for watching. Kind of a boring daily if I'm being honest, but it was okay. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.